He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
Jack, Patriot! Patriot! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Boston Scott, his first carry, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback who wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. All right, here we go. Green.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They'll look to throw, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
And they'll go on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mixon with a first down carry. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Bruce Irvin able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down now, Scott. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Being checked, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first. And 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
It's Mixon on the counter, and he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, look at 50.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
On third down, Mixon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Gone. Detroit.
Back to throw here. Caught by Snead over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check. Patriot. Detroit.
A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Gone. Watch him now, Barney.
Now Joe Mixon Wilson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will make it 6-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So the Patriots coming out now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. First throw now for the backup Manning. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Throw outside is complete to Reed. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And they take the lead here at 7-6. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Over! Gun!
They'll drop to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Mixon with it. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Hightower in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The result, a 1st down as a quick slant gets him 14. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
They're going to look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
No. Check. Patriot.
They run for it with Mixon. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Once again, they run with Mixon. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
We got three.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for them coming via the field goal, and this last one puts them out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you've got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, I wonder if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made there by Camille Correa.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. But with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Manning. Looking middle, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Manning. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it.
Ohio! Ohio! Hey! Hey!
Now a play fake. Manning. Sliding out of the... And he's going to go down again.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And on the ground they go with the running back. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Godot's kick is right through. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll set up to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now a toss going left. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A little juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on first down. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And they'll run it here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Mixon. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Hot! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 33. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Geno Atkins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They begin with a run by Nixon, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is third down and 12.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively,
You can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And the spike comes with just 12 seconds left to go. He's back to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Bengals, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this.